Hi, I'm New York City makeup artist Kerry-Lou and this is Susanna. Today we're going to show you the correct method to use your makeup brushes. I'm brushing Susanna's eyebrows with a little disposable mascara one. You can buy these in packs of about 25 of them and they will last you a long time. I'm going to darken Susanna's eyebrows a little bit. They're a great color actually, so I chose a color that's just a little bit lighter than her own color. I don't like to make eyebrows too dark, unless it's a look that we're going for. So I start with the underneath of the eyebrow and work my way up. That way you have this nice softness on the top and it's not a hard line. I really don't like hard looking eyebrows. Again, unless it's a specific fashion look or something we're going for. But for everyday, I don't really like to see that. This is a wedge shape brow definer. You can get a really nice precision look with this. And then you can just brush the product through a little bit more with the mascara wand. There, I really love that. I love eyebrows. If you already have pretty good eyebrows, this is a good choice. If you only have a few little areas where you want to fill in, this is good. Because if you use a pencil, it's sometimes difficult to get through there and it ends up looking a little clumpy sometimes or waxy. So this is a nice fluffy shadow brush and I'm going to dip it in a little of my white powder. I always have this white powder standing by. That's a must-have in my makeup kit. So I put a little bit across the lid, makes everything blend nicer and last longer. I'm going to go with a kind of peachy neutral tone across Susanna's lid. This is just kind of an everyday look. I'm going to put it from the lash line, and the less product on the brush, it will gradually fade away as we get a little higher. You shouldn't be able to tell where the color starts and where it finishes. This is an angle eyeshadow brush. I don't have any product on it now, so just so I can demonstrate how to use this. It's for use in the socket or to create a contour line or applying a darker shade on the outer part of the eyelid. Okay, so now I'm going to use a little bit of a darker earthy shade. I like to use a tissue under the eyes to prevent eyeshadow from falling onto the face. And the shape I like to create, especially with Susanna's particular eye shape, is it's almost like a little backwards C shape here. And the nice thing about this brush is that it's natural hair. So it grabs the eyeshadow as you're loading it up and it deposits the eyeshadow in just the right way, just where you want it. Get it right into the lash line. If you want to, you can feather it off a little bit more. Depends on the shape that you're making. For a broader area of the eye, you'll use a thicker brush. Okay, so this is one of my favorite brushes. I've had one just like this in my makeup box, no kidding, for about 20 years. It's really held up well and it has just the right amount of spring so that you can make a nice shape. I like it. It's not too wimpy. It's nice and dense and small. The smaller the brush, the smaller the area you're going to be working in. So this is for more detail. So this is a darker color still, and again, I use my little tissue underneath her lower lashes so that the eyeshadow doesn't mess up all that nice concealer work I did earlier. Sometimes I do the concealer after I've done the eyeshadow too. It depends on the look I'm going for. So I'm hugging really nice and close to those lashes and blending it up into the darker shade that I used previously. So now I'm using a darker color and I'm sticking nice and close to the lash line with my smudge brush. I'm winging it out a little bit, joining it up with the darker shade that I used previously. Okay, so I'm going to use a clean shadow brush. It's like the one I used before, but I'm going to use it for highlighter. There's no need to have a million brushes. I know some people like to have a lot of brushes, but this is a very light color and I'm putting it right under the arch of Susanna's brows. I'm not taking it all the way along. I want, open your eyes a minute, Susanna. It's kind of just above the iris and blending it to the outer corner of her eye. See what a big difference that makes? That is such a nice color. This is not a shimmery color. It's just a nice vanilla toned color, nice and natural. It's a good idea to have one brush for darker colors and one brush for lighter colors. I'm just going to pop up her eyelid a little bit with a tiny little bit of shimmer. Again, using my brush that's reserved for my lighter colors. Just a little bit there. Oh, that's nice, little spark. Okay, we can also do some just over the tear duct right there. Okay, so this is again my trusty little smudge brush, which I love so much. I'm going to use a cream liner. This is a cream eyeshadow that really has a lot of staying power. Open your eyes, and I'm going to put it on the outer part of Susanna's eye. This is when I have the most product. I like to work on this part of the eye, and that way when I'm working my way around here, there's less product on the brush, so you get a natural fade. You don't see where it stops and starts, and then just feather it out. Oh, I love this brush, it's fantastic. So always make sure that you don't have too much product on the brush to start with. You can always come back and add more. That's a lot easier than adding too much and having to get rid of it. Okay, so eyeliner time. This is just a standard eyeliner brush. It has a good spring, which means basically it's not too wimpy. If your brush bristles are too floppy, you don't have any control over them. So you want to load up your brush, not too much. You can even scrape off some excess on the side of the pot. Sometimes I take off the excess on the back of my hand, like this, and just close your eyes. You don't want to use the point of the eyeliner brush. It's a good idea to hold it on the side, and that way you use the lashes as support for your brush. I'm just going to pull this in a little taut there, and just follow the lash line, as simple as that. We're going to do a very simple liner. The lashes are helping me stay steady with that line, and this is a gel liner, and this kind of liner stays all day. To keep the liner nice and close to the lashes. This makes the lashes look a lot thicker. You can use a nice sepia tone, you can use gray, brown, or even get a little adventurous with some color. Okay, so this is my lip brush, and it has a nice tapered end. You can use lip color directly from the tube, and sometimes because you use it so much, it tends to make a really nice shape. So if you're in a hurry and it's a pretty neutral color, you can do that. If it's a very bright color though and you need more precision, you really want to use a lip brush. So I'm loading up my lip brush. Again, don't overdo it. You can always go back for more. I like to start at the top. You can really start wherever you like. Susanna has a pretty good lip shape, so we're just going to stick with that. If you had something you wanted to correct slightly, now would be the time when you are going around the outline of your lips. You could make them a little bit fuller. I don't recommend going too far outside of your natural lip line, but if you wanted to go to the outer edge of your lip line, that would look fine and still look natural. You have more control over the brush when you leave it when it's flat to the lip. If you lay it flat, you see you've got a lot better control. And when the outside is done, then you can just fill in. There are all kinds of tricks for making lip color last longer, but that's another video. You'll have to check back to see when I make that one for you. I do find it does last longer if you apply it with a brush though. Okay, that's a great color. So I hope you enjoyed that and got some useful tips. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them in the comment box below and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks! Stay tuned for the next segment in this series.